Entrepreneurs are the backbone of American capitalism. From oil companies to worldwide amusement parks, to stores to buildings, to online resources, entrepreneurs have made an impact on many lives of the American people. Entrepreneurs have changed American society from small mom and pop stores to large monopolies, from innovation to creation and invention. America has been the frontier of entrepreneurship, of business, and the fostering of free thought. Each idea, coupled with hard work and faith, makes the human response relentless to creating a new future.
In 2020, today's entrepreneur, you might not recognize his name, but you for sure recognize his brand. Amadio Giannini is the founder of the Bank of America and a child from an immigrant family from Italy. He makes his American dream come true. Amadio Giannini was born on May 6, 1870 in San Jose, California. Starting from a young child with little to no education, Amadio Giannini has grown his American bank to be one of the largest in the country. Amadio Giannini's idea of a bank has now earned him over $9 million a day. The man who started as a 15-year-old kid who quit high school will now be a known name in our history of entrepreneurs.
Jeff Bezos has created the biggest and first online store, Amazon. This might not have seemed like a good idea back then, but throughout the years, the trend of online shopping has been a huge success. It not only provided an easy shopping experience, but is a safer way to shop, especially during 2020 and the COVID pandemic. From a small idea to creating a worldwide platform used almost anywhere. Jeff Bezos, with $321 million a day in company profit, according to NPR.org, Amazon has kept business running throughout 2020. Bezos was born January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. In the early stages of his life, he knew he wanted to be an entrepreneur. In high school, he created a small business to promote creative learning that sparked his entrepreneurial dream.
From American dreams of Amazon to Apple, entrepreneurship has strong roots in American society and capitalism. iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, AirPods, electronics galore. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, the worldwide sensation, creates the first iPhone in 2007 and changes the lives of people for the future generations. Steve Jobs is one of the most famous entrepreneurs in the world. His Macintosh Apple icon is recognized as the M on McDonald's worldwide. He was the CEO of a $1 trillion company, Apple. Making 2.2 billion phones, Steve Jobs and Apple was a huge step in Americans' electronics, creating new methods of communication by the touch of a button and making the obsolete nature of the traditional methods of communication. The iPhone is now a global sensation of the search and FaceTime. Today, if Steve Jobs had never created the iPhone or other Apple devices, communication would have continued with fax machines and conventional phones. Today, we have a computer in our pocket, revolutionary but bounded in the spirit of American entrepreneurship.
You have heard his name before. People either love him or can't stand him. They either view him as an arrogant man whose computer software invention earned him billions. Now in retirement, he has created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, whereby they have influenced politics, healthcare, and even education. Bill Gates has created a company that sells softwares and electronics. He has created a large platform that has changed the lives of many people, especially in 2020. Bill Gates has not only created Microsoft computers, but softwares like Word, Excel, Skype, and PowerPoint. Bill Gates grew up in Seattle, Oregon, with his family that supported his love of computers. Then he dropped out of college to start Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen. In one of his famous keynote addresses at Harvard University, little did he know he would later become one of the biggest entrepreneurs to this day. Another individual, prior to his presidency, entrepreneur, worldwide, and businessman, Donald Trump, man of his business. President Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946 in New York City. With a family history of business, Donald Trump continues to expand on his career of entrepreneurship. With $600 million, Donald Trump owns about 500 businesses and 250 under his name. Donald Trump has 4 children and 4 siblings. His children's names are Ivanka Trump, Donald Jr., Barron Trump, Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump. I heard the question once, is Walmart good for America? This super big business giant has grown tremendously since the inception in 1962. But has also put many small stores out of business.
Sam Walton has created some of the biggest stores known today. Walmart is a $328 billion company. Sam Walton is not only the CEO of Walmart, but also Sam's Club. These are both super successful megastores that have many customers that have all relied on these stores to provide anything from food to toys to clothes. These businesses create a way of life for people. Sam Walton was born on March 29, 1918, son of Thomas Walton, a banker, and Nancy Lee. Sam was a quarterback for his high school football team and was an Eagle Scout, and at 24 he joined the military. He was inspired to create Walmart because he had huge success with his dime store. Next, we have one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world with a $1 billion net worth at the time of his death in 1966. Mickey Mouse, Beauty and the Beast, and Snow White are all Disney classics. Walt Disney created a huge worldwide company that creates animation and amusement parks. These range from movies to TV shows to amusement parks that are loved by families all around the world. Walt Disney has not only created a company that made family-friendly movies, but a $130 billion company. Walter Ellis Disney was born on December 5th in 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. At an early age, Walter found love for drawing. When he got older, he got together with his brother, Roy Disney, and his friend U.B. Irwin, who all found a love for drawing cartoons together. They created Mickey Mouse, the famous Steamboat Willie cartoon, and that's how the business was born.
Finally, the man who created one of the first major monopolies through horizontal integration. John D. Rockefeller grew up poor and became one of the most wealthiest men in the world. Many accuse him of being a robber baron, a negative term associated with wealthy entrepreneurs. Others say he is a captain of industry and a philanthropist, donating millions to the artists, culture, schools, and entertainment centers. This is his story. From a small idea to a countrywide monopolies, John D. Rockefeller was a very rich businessman and a philanthropist. He created a company that got customers great quality oil for much cheaper than any other oil company, and once people started going to Rockefeller for gas, they sold out to every other company. John D. Rockefeller was born into a large family in upstate New York that moved multiple times before they chose to live in Cleveland, Ohio. At 16, he became an assistant bookkeeper, and at 20, partnered with multiple businesses.
Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living in someone else's life. Don't be tracked by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary." All of these entrepreneurs had one thing in common. They had a small idea that turned into a successful company. They lived and embodied the American dream. This is how they got here on entrepreneurship. How will you get there? What will be your success? Your idea and your business.